skin, I'll do a couple. So definitely my face and don't necessarily do the tinted. Then I'm gonna do a gentle tint. Remember that you want to wear your hat. So hi everybody, welcome. So today's video is simple summer skincare for that healthy glow over 50. So I'm over 50 myself, and you know, when we think of summertime, we're outside more, we're in the elements more, it's hot. If we're not out in the heat, we're in air conditioning where it's cold and pulling moisture from our systems and maybe causing more redness and irritation. So I want to give you some quick tips that you can do and some strategies for healthy aging. So let's go. The most important thing you can do for summer is double cleanse your skin. You want to take the elements of the day off of you. You've been wearing sunscreen, makeup, maybe you've been sweating more because it's hotter out. So you really want to make sure that every single night you are doing that cleanse, getting the day off, so that when you sleep and your skin is going through that circadian rhythm and repairing itself, you're able to get in more oxygen to the skin, more nutrients to the skin, and then whatever you're applying topically, that's gonna help to penetrate as well. So that's what motivates me, is really thinking of my sleep and what's happening with my skin as I sleep. And so that is what gets me to cleanse my skin. So you always wanna start with an oil cleanser. If you don't have that, I would say use your water-based cleanser and do that twice. I'm showing you over-the-counter products, so there is no excuses, you can do this. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with the MCoBeauty Hydrating Cleansing Oil, Everyday Hydrating Cleansing Oil. To start on dry skin, I'll do a couple pumps. I'll first just work it into the skin. Now, because I'm gonna take a shower, typically I'll just do this in the shower. You know, I went for a hike today, I did some gardening, I did some weight training, so definitely need to take a shower. So, and notice it's still light out. I'm doing this when I know I'm done for the night, but I'm not tired, right? So you just want to do it as early as you can and get in that habit. So if you're in for the night, make it happen. So I'm just gonna do circular strokes just to help break up the sunscreen and your makeup. That is what this step is for. Now that I've kind of spread it around a little bit, and notice I haven't gone over my eyes yet. I'm gonna get some water now on my hands, and then I'll go over my eyes. This might be a little crazy with the video, but I'll try my best. Okay, so I got water, and now I'm going in gently and rubbing it over my eyes for my makeup, and then I'll gently do these circles again. I need more water, and then I'm gonna rinse it off. Just work it in a little bit. You wanna get in there. I like the flannel towels that you can get off of Amazon. They're super soft. And then I'll pat my face dry and then do a gentle rub. So that way I'm getting just a little bit more physical exfoliation, but I'm not pushing really hard. It's pretty gentle. So now I'm going to get my face wet again, and then I'm gonna go in with a water-based cleanser. So I'm gonna use the Simple Moisturizing Facial Wash. Never buy a cleanser as a treatment though, because you're just washing this cleanser off of your face. Just find something that's gentle. If it says hydrating, I like that because then you know it's not gonna strip your skin. And especially the older we get, you want none of that. You don't want a squeaky clean feeling. You want to just gently take the day off. So I'm gonna go in with this water-based cleanser. Let me get my face wet and then I'll talk about it. So you really wanna think, that first step is about breaking up sunscreen and makeup. And then this second step is getting into sweat, dirt, environmental debris that you've collected throughout the day with everything that you've done. Okay, so now I'm going to rinse off and then I will grab another flannel towel. I did use my cleanser on my eyes just now too, but I didn't want to have my eyes closed talking to you. So that is your double cleanse step. This is completely optional, but if you want a bonus step, then you will use a hydrating toner. Again, this is over the counter, Thayer's Hydrating Milky Toner. What I like is that it has the snow mushroom and hyaluronic acid, so it's going to help to pull moisture into the skin. So I'm going to first apply it to my hand, and this one's kind of thicker. Never rub it in your hand, just get it on both hands, rub it all over your face. And you can start to work it in a little bit because this step is more about the hydration. But I'm first gonna make sure there's any residue of my day off of me. So take a flat cotton round and then I'm gonna gentle, but there is some pressure there, and I'm going to wipe it off. So I typically go one side and then flip it over, do the other. Just to make sure if there's any residue off, I'm gonna get it off. And then what I might do is put a little bit more toner on. Again, just kind of wipe it into the hand and then tap all over the face, the neck, usually décolleté as well. Kind of work it in. And then what that is doing is it's prepping your skin for whatever else you're gonna put on your skin. At least do a moisturizer at night. So this double cleanse step I would not do in the morning, just do it at night. And then in the morning, just splash your face with water. The only time I would do a cleanse in the morning is if you have very oily skin, if you have a lot of congestion and things of that nature. But if you are older and have drier skin, I say avoid actually washing your face in the morning. Just splash your face with water and call it good. So there you go. That's your double cleanse. Okay, let's put some sunscreen on. So I'm gonna start with my tinted sunscreen. This is the InnBeauty Mineral Sun Glow. I've shared this so many times. I'm almost done with it. So I'm just using all the product before I move on to another one. Like for instance, the Ordinary has a serum-based one that I'm gonna be trying next, and this is a chemical one. This is a mineral one. You know, I like to try different ones. Know that mineral sunscreens do still penetrate the skin. They don't just lay on top, but they are more skin friendly to sensitive skin. So just something to think about. Okay, so when you apply your sunscreen, it is 2 finger lengths, and really be diligent about that during the summer. And I don't necessarily do the tinted throughout the day, because if you're outside, you know, you have to reapply every 2 hours. It's not just a one and done. You need to keep reapplying. So what I do is I have it on my fingers here. I'm just gonna do a twist into my hands. Then I'm gonna do a gentle tap all over the face and my neck. Then I start to press it into the skin. And my thinking is I'm trying to create a little bit of a barrier, right? For those UV rays to bounce off of. So again, you've got your UVB, your burning rays, and those are the rays you're focused on the midday, right? Where, where everybody says stay out of the sun midday. Well, that's the UVB burning rays. But your UVA aging rays is all the time. They penetrate clouds, they penetrate fog, they penetrate everything, and they are your aging rays that destroy collagen and elastin. They cause your wrinkles. They cause your age spots. They cause skin cancer, all the things. So I'm trying to create this little barrier first. So it might look a little crazy, but it'll rub in. So then after I really press it into the skin, then I'll start to rub in that excess. Every sunscreen will be different. All our skin is all different. So I don't necessarily want to tell you, use this brand, use this thing, because you might not like what I suggest. You got to find what works for you. Like personally, I don't like anything that's mattifying for my skin because, I'm 52. I don't have as many oils as some of you have. And know that oil is a good thing in your skin. Like overall, that's going to keep you younger. When you have oils that lay on top of the skin, that provides moisture for the skin, even though you might look at it as a negative. I just put a little bit of mascara on, and when you hit your eyeball with the mascara, oh my gosh, that hurts so bad. Okay, so you don't want to forget your neck. You're traveling down, so travel down. You don't want to neglect neck. If you have a V shirt on, get down into the neck, the décolleté. And then we want to think about our arms if we're wearing short sleeve shirts, and our hands. So no matter what, I always apply sunscreen. Once I hit my face and my neck, I think back of the hands. I always do. So I'm not going to do the tinted for that. I'm going to do the Ordinary, UV filter SPF 45 serum. So it's just so this is a different texture. And this is a chemical sunscreen, but it's a great feeling one. It's very light on the hands, but you got to apply enough where you are actually protecting your skin, right? With the hands, I don't necessarily do, I'm going to do a little bit more. With the hands, I don't necessarily do the pat, pat, pat because it's such a small area, but just be as thorough as you can. And then, you got to reapply every 2 hours. No sunscreen lasts longer than that. So you're adding all that buildup through the day. That's why it's so important to wash your face at night. The other thing you can do is add sun drops. This is the e.l.f. Skin Bronzing Drops. And I've done that before as well. If I am wearing a non-tinted, ooh, this one's tinted. Let me do a non-tinted. Okay, so if I'm going to add tint, it's to your own desire. It's usually just one little drop in there, and then mix it up. So I really mix it. So this is the one time if I'm adding bronzing drops where I will actually mix it first. I might even mix it in a bowl, depending on where I'm using it. So the one I just shared, Haru Haru Wonder, is irritating to my eyes, so I'm not going to put this one on my face. But I will put it a little bit on my arms, so again, I'm going to pat and then rub it. Pat and then rub. That was not enough for my hands, but just so you can kind of see. So if you buy a sunscreen and you don't like the tint, maybe you could use the bronzing drops to change the tint up before you just throw it away. Unfortunately, the skincare industry is such a wasteful industry, but we just try to do what we can, right? And use products we think that are appropriate for us and all the things. Okay, so now I'm going to take this off. And then the last thing is thinking about your lips. So making sure that you're applying lip care. Okay, real quick here, lip care. This is a Revlon one. I have a bunch of different ones. The Sun Bum one I kind of like because it's got a tint to it, but they're pretty drying. So I first put on a hydrating lip balm, and then I'll put this one on. And I kind of layer it. So I put it on, and then I'll wait for a second, and then I put more on. And I kind of try to build it up as much as I can. Okay, and then I do it one more time. So I just kind of do this 3-layer approach. And I have my hat, I've got sunglasses. I better remember to put them on my head right now. And I'm gonna be trying this sun shirt, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. Talking sun protection. So I'm wearing a UPF sun top. UPF is ultraviolet protection factor. And so you want to look for something that says UPF 50 plus. Know that not all UPF clothes are created equal, so you really have to try them out for yourself. That's what I'm doing now. It's actually the beginning of June when I'm doing this video here, and I'm doing this now before I'm out doing all the crazy fun summer things. So testing it out, seeing how it works for me. And remember that you want to wear your hat, sunglasses, and SPF, sun protection factor, is protecting you from the sun with your skincare. So why do we want to protect ourselves from the sun? Remember, the sun is what's going to cause all of our damage. And remember, when you have skin conditions such as melasma, rosacea, hyperpigmentation, these things all get worse with the sun. So it's so important to stay diligent, wear your sunscreen, and reapply every 2 hours. Get consistent. Make sure it happens. Okay, so the last 2 things I want to point out. As an esthetician, I see a lot of people that spend a ton of money on advanced treatments, whether it's lasers, chemical peels, microneedling, and then they don't wear sunscreen. And it's pointless to get those treatments done if you're not going to protect your investment, you know? So just make sure that you're doing that no matter what. And the very last thing I want to say is, of course, be gentle with yourself. I still sunburn myself, but you know, it's just about building healthy habits, and we do the best we can, because obviously we want to be outside, we want to be outdoors doing all the things this summer. So just do it with protection, right? And have that be your number one during the day. That's your number one. Your number 2 is washing your face at night, getting all the elements of the day off of you. So I think this video is long enough, and I think I went through all my points. So until next time, I hope you have a great day.